What is going on, Capricorn? Welcome back to the channel, Elevate Your Energy. It's Jazzy, your favorite Cali reader, as well as your eclectic spiritual practitioner. So, um, we're gonna do a weekly reading for you guys, okay? All the signs, but we're starting with Capricorn. So that's just how the dice, how it rolled out. So we're starting with Capricorn. We're gonna start off with my deck, Signs and Synchronicities Oracle deck, and basically just figure out what get some insight for what you guys can look forward to this week. What's ahead? What should you be looking out for? What you can expect? Things like that. Please keep in mind that my readings, as always, are timeless unless otherwise specified. Also, keep in mind that they are general in nature, meaning they're not going to resonate with all of you, nor are they meant to. So, please take what applies and leave the rest for who it's meant for. All right? Real simple. Real simple. So, I hope y'all are doing well. It's been fucking crazy. Oh, praying for my LA people. I'm in San Diego, so I'm not near it, but I'm close enough. It could easily have been us. You know what I mean? So, sending out so much positive, uplifting energy to those in LA. Healing, strength, support, love, optimism, trust. Right? It's a purification. Is really what I feel like it is. Nowadays I look at everything on a spiritual level, right? That's part of what I specialize in, is supporting people in um finding, not finding, but um identifying alternative perspectives to see their situation from, or to identify about their challenge, things like that. So yeah, I can definitely see the purification energy, the new timeline that we're all, a lot of us are stepping into, have stepped into. This is something that I request regularly anyway. So, it makes sense to observe what's going on up there, and being in the same state currently, at least. So yeah, but anywho, happy full moon, you guys, for those that do happen to catch this around the full moon energy. That's in Gemini for Vedic astrology, but in Cancer, which is going into Cancer tomorrow, um in Western. So let's see what's going on for Capricorn spirit. What is the sign, the synchronicity, the message that they need to, okay, what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. So at the bottom we have rocks and stones. So some of you may be seeing a lot of stones, rocks, things like that. That could be an indication of um your need to have a solid plan, the need to build a solid plan. Um Things can maybe feeling like they're falling apart, and it makes sense just because of the two that did come out. We have dead leaves and plants. Okay, so some of you may be finding that your plants, that you have, like household plants, are dying. It could be things in your yard, things like that. You may be just kind of like walking down the street, going, out and about, just regular day things, and seeing plants that have been doing fine or something, and just dead, or just in your walkway, whatever. It's a deep indication of major transformation, right? Anytime something leaves, it's simply making room for the next step, right? The next journey, the next phase. So it feels like some of you Capricorns may be seeing a lot of, dead things around. Like, I don't mean dead things like that, like people or anything, nothing crazy or morbid, but more so just like your house plants, things like that, that normally do great. They may be kind of like, or when you think like, the season's changing, this should be kind of like livening up right now. It may not be happening yet. It just feels like it's just an indication of the season that we're still currently in. We are coming into the year of the snake, right? Technically, the new year isn't until March. So, the year of the snake is on the horizon, though, which is the year of, again, transformation. That's, also, giving me Scorpio energy, right? The shedding of the skin, the death to be reborn, death to the old way of life, to step into the new, right? Um, so that's what it feels like some of you Capricorns are being asked to embrace within this week ahead, especially this full moon energy as it's, playing out right now. And we're watching, the timelines shift literally before us, collectively. So it feels like this is a really good indication this week, Capricorn, for you to also do the same and allow yourself to identify where you're being asked to shed an old layer of yourself, old habits, old, maybe experiences, wounds, ways of thinking, concepts, whatever it might be. You're being asked to release those things this week. Okay. Um, and they also, the second card that came out was copper. Okay. So some of you may be into wire wrapping, like jewelry, things like that. Some of you may be guided to do that, or more so guided to, I feel like it may be really helpful and healing for some of you to obtain pieces that are, even if you're not doing the wrapping yourself, some of you may be guided to purchase, crystals that are copper wrapped. Okay. Because copper has so many benefits. Like I have a whole long fucking list of the benefits of the metal copper. Okay. It's basically a very powerful and potent energy conductor. It's a very healing metal. So dead plants, just read some of the keywords off of here. The end of a season or era, letting the old fall away to make room for the new, declutter space, clear energy, blocked, stunted growth. Some of you Capricorns, that's maybe what you're feeling. If it feels like things, or if you're watching, that's a good way to, that, some of us really don't talk about too much. I talk about it when it comes up, like times like now, but just on a regular, like I bring things up as they are, as I'm guided. So feels like we're for some of you Capricorns, where this is talking about blocked or stunted growth. Some of you, it'll be easy for you to identify what's going on energetically when you observe your external experience. Okay, that is a really good indication to tell you where you're vibrating at, energetically speaking. Okay, so if you find that things around you are maybe dying, plants that you've had for quite some time are just suddenly not doing very well, things like that, that is the indication that maybe for some of you, it's letting you know that your current energy or whatever, you have blocks currently. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be important for you to allow yourself to deep dive, meditate, or just take some time to go into silence with yourself to discover exactly what this is talking about. Okay. But let's keep going. Infertile environment, composting. Some of you may be guided to do composting, like gardening, things like that. Autumn, death, rebirth, which we already talked about. Okay, so that, like I said, is again something that some of you Capricorns may be experiencing, or this is what's ahead. Okay, this is for the week ahead from whenever you see this reading. So whenever you see it is when it should apply to you, um, or when it can apply to you, I should say. So copper says major energy conduit, all around natural healer, electrical beam, grounding, activating healing abilities, jewelry slash crystal wrapping, infinite benefits, both physical and spiritual. Charge plants, water, crystals, body, etc. So you can use copper as a charging mechanism, meaning to charge your crystals, to put it in your plants, things like that. Like I've seen, people who have put copper rods in their garden, like in their different things that they're growing, and they've had exponential growth because of that. So I'm just saying, like, you can, like, copper is a really good metal for a lot of different shit. Okay, not just for wearing, but it's also really good for that as well. So like I said, some of you, so it feels like some of you Capricorns, whoever this applies to, it feels like you guys are coming into, either you're already in the energy, and some of you just maybe haven't been able to pinpoint exactly what the fuck is happening. um this is explaining it, like confirming it for some of you. Others of you, this is what you have to look forward to. Okay, things may be ending, or this is your indication of an ending that is coming. Okay, whether, like I said, it's a like a shedding of an old layer, an old version of yourself, where some of you are being really called at this time to step out of this old version and into a new version, meaning a more healed version, or a version of you that is a healer. Okay, however that applies, it's going to be, like I said, different for all of you. But some of you, you'll know if the message that you received, if it's one that you've been getting, something you've been hearing already, you've been seeing it in different places or hearing it in different places, this is just another confirmation. Especially for those of you that are still re, excuse me, especially for those of you that are still rebuilding your trust with yourself, reestablishing, that communication with yourself, things like that. This is letting you know that, it's time. So at the bottom here, we have salt rocks and stones. Okay. Found in random places, chipped window or windshield, breaking point, Some of you are on the verge of a breaking point or like breakthrough. Okay, I'm hearing breakthrough, especially for those of you that have been feeling stuck or blocked or stunted in your growth for quite some time. Some of you are on the verge of a major breakthrough. And that could be, again, an indication here, letting you know that this is happening in order to heal you or to help you heal. For some of you, whatever is maybe dying in your life or experience, it could definitely be physical, but that's not what I'm picking up here. Energetically speaking, it feels more of a metaphorical thing. It feels more of a personal thing, more of a like a death to, like I said, old version of you, okay, or an aspect of you that you've outgrown, or maybe like habits that just aren't working for you anymore, things like that. So, verge of a breakdown, obstacles present but not permanent. Okay, so I think that's something else to keep in mind here. Capricorn is for those of you that have been definitely struggling, or dealing with a certain situation. It could be court, it could be, just a toxic relationship, a job, whatever it is. It's like something that isn't working anymore. It's ending. It's coming to, either it has ended or it's coming to an end. And I feel like some of you, this is, letting you know it's time to make a plan. If you don't already have one, this is your indication that you need to make a plan. Okay. Especially if you've been feeling like this is just an example. It's not to scare anyone, but like for example, if you've been kind of getting this inkling, like say at your job, that like, I don't know, I feel like they might fire me, like something just don't feel right. They, like you kind of get those senses before it happens. So for some of you, if you've been feeling like that, this is a confirmation that you need to come up with a rock solid plan. Okay, that you need to prepare yourself for what may be ahead. It's not to, like I said, to ensue fear at all, but we stress less when we're prepared. Okay, stress is one of the main causes of death, and that's why. And stress is caused due to lack of preparation. So there's nothing to stress about when you're prepared as best as you can be. It doesn't mean that your plan is always going to happen the way you plan it, but when we're open and flexible, okay, it gives the universe a better chance to work with us, to work with the energy, and get us the best possible outcome, okay, from where we are. So let's see what else Spirit for Capricorn for the week ahead. What's going on for them? They look forward to what do they need to know? Capricorn placements. And this is for anywhere that you have Capricorn in your chart. Okay, it doesn't have to be your sun's, your main signs. So we have no place like home at the bottom, and we have Yang energy in reverse. So it feels like some of you Capricorns, there's some of you may be feeling. I'm getting a couple messages here. Okay, slow down, Spirit, slow down, slow down, slow down. It's like they're flooding in, and I'm just like, so because I'm not trying to confuse you as I'm delivering what I'm receiving. So I'm getting a few messages here. So for some of you, this Yang energy, card number 1 in reverse, for some of you Capricorns, something may be ending. Whether and it feels like for some of you, like I said, this, take it as it applies. It's not for all of you. For whoever I'm connecting with right now, okay, in real time, as I'm recording this video, some of you are coming into an ending of some sort, and you're going to want to spring into action. And I feel like you're being asked to not do that yet. Okay, meaning it's not time for you to do, it's not time for you to take the action. It's not time for you to make the move. Some of you need to first come with a plan before you try to put a plan that doesn't exist into action. Okay, so there's this indication here of needing to plan, make a plan ahead in whatever way that that maybe I should come with a plan maybe for the next year or two. Or, if you don't have like a financial, let's say a financial budget for the year, or at least for the next 6 months or something like that. This is an indication. Maybe I should just, maybe I should do that. Yeah, it feels like some of you Capricorns, the week ahead it feels like a more healing kind of week. Okay, meaning where some of you who are used to taking action, go mode, wanting to get things done, things like that. This feels like a period this week of not doing that. Okay, where for those of you that are guided to rest, maybe because you need to take a break, maybe you need to do some healing, some reflecting, some shadow work, whatever that might be for you, this is the week to do that. And if you have, for those of you that do have copper, okay, highly recommend using that when it comes to whatever work you're doing. Okay, whether it's putting it on your wrist, making a little ring. Like I've done these things, okay, with my copper. Like I have a copper spool that's like literally sitting right down there on my floor. Like, so like I have made a headpiece and everything. So it's like, you know, I've made a ring before, a couple of them actually. So, you know, use what you have. But for those of you that do have your own copper, use it. Okay. I feel like it's especially for those of you that have been in this energy maybe of feeling just maybe really fatigued, lethargic, things like that. Maybe you don't have the energy. For some of you, that was the other message I was getting. Thank you, Spirit, of not having the energy, not wanting to do anything. Okay. Some of you, it's an indication of this need to go within, this need to give yourself that space and grace to just relax, to just not do anything if that's what you feel like you need to do right now. You know, because for some, what I've learned the hard way and what I try to, you know, share with those that, like I said, when it comes up is sometimes the work that we think we need to do, right? The action we think we need to take is sometimes doing nothing. And I know that that's really difficult, especially being, you know, raised and bred in the society that we have, that many of us have. Makes you feel like you're constantly, that you always need to do, go, you know, get this, do that, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not to say we don't have shit to do. You do the things that absolutely need your attention, but also giving yourself the space and grace to relax when you know you need a break. Okay. Because that just leads to burnout. It creates more blockages. It keeps blockages that you already have in place. It just keeps them there even longer, right? We don't want to do that. So it feels like you guys, you Capricorns are, you have feels like a very transformative week ahead. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Like I said, it really feels like you're being asked to come up with a you know, a plan that is solid, that you feel confident in. Okay. But what I'm also getting here is as well is that for some of you, if there is something that's ending that feels chaotic or tumultuous or um, you know, just really challenging, okay, allow yourself to identify where it's revealing to you where you need healing. Okay. Where you're being asked to be in your strength but allow yourself to heal. That's how we kind of like create balance in a sense, is knowing when we need to rest, when we need to take time for ourselves, right? But still allowing our strength to shine through in those moments where we do feel weaker, when we don't feel at our absolute best. It's still finding strength in the weak times, in the weak moments, or in the events, like especially when things that are ending that we weren't expecting, or even when we were expecting it, still don't, it still doesn't, it still hits different when it actually happens, right? Especially like people that you know are sick, you know that they're not going to be around much longer, things like that. It doesn't make it easier, you know what I'm saying, when they pass or when they transition. And it doesn't make that process easier all the time. For some people, it maybe does, but for a lot of people, it doesn't. So I get that. So my point is that even in whatever is ending, even in the moments that feel really dark, okay, you're being asked to be strong, Capricorn. Okay, you're being asked to really pull on and hone in on your own inner strength. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have to do anything, but just hold the space. You know what I'm saying? Be that protector that maybe some of you didn't have for yourself. Be that for yourself when you need to. Okay, so let's see what else. Spirit for Capricorn. What's the tarot have to say for the week ahead for Capricorn, please? First card out, Knight of Wands. Okay. It's interesting. So it's like kind of like getting conflicting messages here for some of you. Justice. Okay. What else? Nine of Wands. Overall outcome. Five of Cups. So feels like Capricorns, whatever this is ending. It feels like it's ending. Even if there may feel like there, it feels like for some of you there may be a sense of loss here, or at least it feels that way, and that's going to be up to your own definition, how you choose to define your experiences. Skeleton. um, it's up to you and how you choose to define your experiences. Okay. It feels like for some of you, whatever this is that's coming to an end, whether this is a relationship, a situationship, some type of connection of some sort, it feels like it's karmic. Okay, with this justice shown up here, for some of you, it could be a Libra involved. Others of you, this feels like it's karmic, meaning this was just something that happened or was in your experience in order to teach you something. Okay, meaning it wasn't meant to last, it wasn't meant to stay, it was meant to teach you something and then move forward. You see what I'm saying? So for some of you, this could definitely be a person, okay, someone that was a player, someone that's showing you like they don't have the capacity to love you properly, okay? And it's important for you to have boundaries, to shield your energy, have boundaries with this person, whoever that applies to, okay? Um, it feels like some of you may be wanting to like pop off on someone, especially like, say for example, if you find out that this person was a player, that they're cheating, they're talking to someone else, whatever. Some of you may want to lash the fuck out and distribute karma yourself. That may end up, and you may end up regretting that. Okay, that's not for all of you. I'm just saying, some of you may really need to, like I said, where you want to take action, okay, in some type of way, and really step into your masculine energy. Doesn't matter what gender you are. Some of you are really being asked to not do that. Okay, to instead focus more on, what is this trying to teach me? What is the lesson here? What is this, how is this trying to prepare me for my new timeline? How's this trying to prepare me for what's ahead, the experiences that are ahead, the manifestations, the opportunities, the abundance that's coming to me, whatever's ahead for you, right? um hmm. Now, for some of you, what I'm also getting here, I'm going to clarify this energy to, just to see where the story, where the storyline most leads to. Um, but for some of you, what I'm also getting here is, if there is someone that you guys have maybe been going through like a court situation or something like that, where you've been fighting in court, some type of court battle with the justice, by you standing your ground and not giving in, it's like showing you how close you are with this Nine of Wands. Oh, excuse me, confirmation burp. I don't get those a lot during readings, so at least readings that I record, it's a little different when I'm by myself. So, but yeah, what I'm getting for some of you is, if you've been going through, like I said, a court situation, something like that, it's like some of you are this close for that finally going away. Okay, but like I said, it feels like if the person that, for those of you, like I said, where this applies, it feels very specific, but um this person that some of you have been in court dealing with, it feels like they're going to be like, the way things are going, the passion that some of you have applied, that you've put behind your defenses in the situation, someone else, it feels like, who's on the offense of you, like, you know what I'm saying, who's your opponent in a sense, so to speak. And it's so interesting the spirit's given it to me like that, because when you think of court, right, we're talking about the court of law with justice, but court, we can also apply that to games like basketball, whatever, court, right? A game where you have to apply strategy, you have to be strategic, things like that. So that's interesting too, because on this card it says, be strategic, too much on your plate, never alone, be strategic, try habit stacking, solid, obstacles present but not permanent. Like I said, some of you have been going through something for quite some time, and it's about to end. It's about to be over. Okay, but I'm just saying, this Five of Cups is here for the outcome. So that could be on your end or someone else's, where someone is going to feel a major regret when this shit is over. Okay, whether that's you or someone else, put yourself where you belong. Um, but it's, the energy is present, it's available. So you know others of you, this person is going to regret, whoever this is, for some of you, they're going to regret fucking with you, because all it's going to do is position you to really step more into your power and really apply yourself, really take action where you're being guided to on the new opportunities. For some of you, it's opening up new opportunities that you weren't expecting, you didn't see coming, that you didn't know anything about, that were hidden, at this time, because it wasn't time yet, right? But stability, okay, look, coming up in your own reading, devil, okay, with the Chariot. Okay, some of you may be a life path 7, you may be dealing with the Cancer, have Cancer heavily aspected in your chart, but there's definitely an opportunity here of to celebrate, okay, being supported, maybe your income, your stability increases in some type of way, okay, and that could be, like I said, on the tail end of some type of opportunity that some of you are receiving, okay, some type of justice that is being had. Interesting. All right, let's see. See where this goes. Definitely longer than I was expecting it to be, but it is what it is. So let's see. Spirit clarify the Knight of Wands. Interesting. The Ace of Cups. I just saw that card, so very interesting. Let's keep going because I know that I hear what story is coming to me, what is coming to me about that, but it's different. It's a very different storyline than what I've been getting so far. So let's keep going. Spirit, clarify justice. Why is justice here? You know what I'm hearing? I know this doesn't apply to all of you clearly because Capricorns I know definitely not, but I'm hearing the song that just came through is Big Pun. I don't want to be a player no more. Yeah, clarify justice, Spirit. Where's justice here for Capricorn, please? So, like I said, some of you who may have been in your player ways, your player days with this Knight of Wands, some of y'all are about to step in. Some of y'all are about to come into love. I'm just saying. So this could be like this ending, the dead leaves. That could be, like I said, ending of an old era, meaning of an old way of life where some of you have been players and just kind of single and doing things by yourself for a long time. Some of you, that's about to change. And it's because you've maybe paid your karmic debts, things like that, where it's time. Like, so let's see. Spirit, clarify justice. Why is it here for Capricorn? Look at that. The Fool. Okay. Brand new beginning, fresh start, clean slate. Okay. Taking a risk, taking a leap, right? Because you've realized that, like, I've paid my debts, I paid my dues. I get it. I understand why certain experiences had to happen, why certain connections didn't work out. Like, I get it now. I understand it now. I overstand it now. Now I know that I can move forward. I can accept love because I understand what the heartbreaks from the past were trying to teach me. I understand now how they were trying to strengthen me, how that was actually helping me, how it was really benefiting me if I allowed myself to look at it that way. See what I'm saying? So let's see. Clarify the Nine of Wands. Why is it here for? So we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. So for some of you, this is someone you're going to meet in working, like through your work, or someone that wants to work with you, like on the connection. So this could definitely be someone new. Others of you, this could be someone you've already dealt with, where they just want to have a whole brand new clean slate, start completely over, start fresh from 0 point. I'm not saying that all of you will oblige, okay, but the energy is available here. It's it's possible, right? So it's just up to you when the opportunity presents itself. What do you do with it, right? So let's clarify. Why is the Five of Cups here for the outcome, please? Three of Pentacles sideways. So it feels like for some of you, there's no coming back. If this is someone from your past that wants to start over because they, like, let's say for example, this person was like this was like a divorce court, right? And this person cheated on you and y'all got a divorce, and um basically things ended for bad for them. It's like they're in regret now that they didn't win, and now they want to work with you. Now they want to make it work because they didn't get what they wanted out of the situation. And y'all are like, no. Some of y'all are literally blocking people, either like on social media, your phones, electronics, things like that. Others of you are blocking people energetically. Okay, both of them are very powerful. Both of them are very helpful as well. Both of them are very effective. So it's just a matter of what you choose to use based on your circumstance situation. But this feels like some of you, this person is going to be in regret because they're realizing, like, it's a no-go. They're being blocked from your energy. Okay, some of you, like, take it as it applies. This could be your energy as well. Okay, no one's exempt here. Like, I don't read like that. I don't favor the sign I'm reading for just because I'm reading for them. Like, I'm fair and equal as best as I can be. So like I said, if this could be your energy, Capricorn, as well, right? Where some of you, maybe kind of realizing, like, damn, like, I want a new start. I love this person. I want to just, start over, leave the past in the past, and really, put in the effort really to work on things, to make things work, to build, right? And for some of you, it may be just too late. This person may have already decided that, you know what, there's no coming back from this. It's there's nothing to fix here, okay? And for some of you, that's a lesson in itself to teach you to and look, because it's not for you. Something isn't for you. For whatever, those of you Capricorns where something is ending, even if it feels positive, like something that you thought was good, for some of you it's just simply not for you. Okay, that doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It just sometimes means that you deserve something better. Why is that bad? You see what I'm saying? It's just a matter, again, how you choose to define your experiences. And we typically do that based on how they make us feel. And they make us feel a certain way based on our past traumas and experiences. You see what I'm saying? So if we feel bad that something didn't work out for us, that is typically stemming from a past wound that we haven't addressed, that we haven't at least transmuted. If we've addressed it, we haven't transmuted it enough to release that energy to view the situation differently from a higher vantage point. Okay. So, but that's what I'm getting here with this no place like home card. Okay. It feels like for some of you, like I said, the lesson here, that it feels like that some of you are, being asked to identify and apply is learning how to find home within yourself no matter where you are. To know that even if you're alone, you're never alone. That even if you don't feel that home is wherever you make it, basically. You take you wherever you go. So, we can't, it's kind of naive to think that if we just, relocate, sometimes it works, but for a lot of times it doesn't, or a lot of people, I should say, it doesn't. And the reason being is because their mindset doesn't shift along with the physical move. So sometimes people will relocate physically thinking that'll fix what they're experiencing energetically, and that's not always the case. Like I said, for some it does work if they're able to shift their mindset along with that move, the shift of that timeline, whatever that is. Not everybody's able to do that though. Not everybody's ready to do that, right? So like I said, it just feels like, it's giving you an opportunity to also, decide, like, home is where I decide it is, and that's wherever you are as your foundation. Your body, your temple is your foundation. That is your home. That's why I said you take you wherever you go. So it means that if you're still, you can relocate, right? But if you're still in a lack mentality, like say you're not getting a lot of opportunities where you currently live, and you decide, well, I'm gonna move, and I'll be supported a bit better. But it's like, if your root issue is you just don't believe in yourself, right? You lack self-belief, you have a whole fuck ton of self-doubt, right? It's not gonna matter where you move. The opportunities will come and you'll sabotage them, or they'll be available, but you're not going to be in alignment to receive them. Like, however that plays out, it could be, very different. But, it's a matter of being aware of these things so you can take care of it and not position yourself to, get something that you've been asking for and then it get taken from you because you didn't have the mindset to sustain it, to sustain whatever that manifestation is. Okay. That's why it's so important to address our wounds, to address, these, previous experiences that we have. It's not to say that you have to relive them and feel all that shit again. Not always. Sometimes it's helpful to do that, but that's not always, required for healing, right? To transmute that energy, to release it and let it go. So, but let's wrap with card of wisdom or advice from spirit for Capricorns. Some advice for the week ahead, some guidance, some advice. Okay. So the two that came out: surrender and ask for help. Interesting. Surrender and ask for help. That's why I said the game is in reverse. This is about, there's things that don't need to be done right now. Some of you have done everything you can do physically, and some of you now the work is more energetic. Some of you've done all the physical external work you could possibly do in a situation. Now it's about healing the internal, surrendering to whatever that process is, surrendering to whatever it is that you can use some assistance with, some guidance with, some support with. Okay. And whatever that is, spirit is saying, ask for help, ask for support, whether it's physically, whether it's energetically, meaning like from your beings in the ethers, like your spirit team, your guides, your higher self, your higher aspects, things like that. Or if it's asking for help in the physical, whichever applies. Maybe it's both, right? But you're being asked to surrender, meaning step out of your masculinity. Okay, put your pride, put your ego aside, right? And surrender to what you're being asked to do. Surrender to maybe letting go of the old. Because the thing is once you get to a certain point where something is so dead, there's no coming back from that. You see what I'm saying? So it feels like some of you Capricorns are being put in a position where it's like, there's no coming back from this old version that is like maybe crumbling right before you, or this connection, whatever it is, right? You're being asked to surrender to that process And if you're struggling with it or you're finding it really challenging to navigate, ask for the support that you need. And even if that means you don't have anybody physically, ask for support in the ethers. They will send you who you need physically if that's necessary. Otherwise, they will support you full fledged, you know, just off that alone. Okay. But you need to ask, because free will is a thing and your angels and spirit team do honor and respect that to the most high, right? They're not gonna intervene or um infringe upon your free will without your permission. They're just not gonna do that. So that's why it's so important to ask for help. Okay. So let me real quick read. Yeah, this went way longer than I was expecting, but it is what it is. You're being asked to let go of your need to control each part of your life and surrender to the universe. Okay. I know Capricorns that are very, very controlling in that way. And I get where it comes from, but it's not helpful. A lot of times it's not. It's more detrimental than it is helpful. Just saying. So if that's something you struggle with, okay, take a note. I'm not trying to tell you what to do and act like I got all my shit together, because there's stuff I'm still working on as well. But I'm just saying. So, let's see. Surrender to the universe. Control is an illusion, and it's exhausting to try to hold on to it. Exactly. Let it go and allow yourself to enjoy the relief that comes from doing so. Absolutely. And then next card we have is ask for help. You're being asked to request help from another. You don't need to deal with this issue alone. There are many people who want to help you, but it's up to you to bravely ask for their support. It's a sign of strength to reach out. Do that today. Okay. And I get it. Some of y'all really need to, again, step out of your pride, put your pride aside, and ask for the support that you need. Period. And the thing is, worst that somebody could tell you is no. And oh, excuse me. Worst that somebody that can say is no, right? And even if they tell you no, it's not always from a negative place of, people don't want to support you. They don't want to be there for you. Sometimes they just don't have it. They don't have the bandwidth, the energetic capacity to help you in that way. But the point is teaching yourself to still ask, to still, you know what I'm saying? Because what if on the flip side, what if they said yes? What if you weren't expecting them to say yes? What if you're just like, I'm really fucking nervous, but you do it and it works out so beautifully in your favor? You'd have been like, damn, I'm so glad I asked. I'm so glad I asked that question. So, I'm just saying, allow yourself to prove to yourself that you can trust yourself in your guidance when you're told to do something, especially that can help you, right? When you need it the most. So, Capricorns, that's what I have for you. I really trust that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, you know what to do. I love y'all so much. Please check out my Gumroad page. I have quite a few new listings up there, as well as those of you that are maybe strapped for cash, things like that, and you would still like a reading. I have this new reading that I'm doing, a new, I guess I call it, service or whatever. This basically, you call it reading. So it's 15 minutes, give or take, whatever, however long it really takes to get the message out. One question of a minimum of 444 or more, $4.44. That is the minimum donation for the energetic exchange. So for those of you that maybe can't afford a full reading for the prices, whatever, this is like an alternative that, Spirit had me put up for those that, like I said, are strapped for cash, but still really can use the guidance. Then this is a way to support us both, to still keep in compliance with the energetic law of exchange, but at the same time support those who can really use it right now. So if that's something that you're interested in or you feel like you could benefit from, feel free to reach out. Also, I'm Elev8te under Elevate Your Energy, as still on TikTok, at least until, it maybe gets banned or whatever. And I'm also now on Red Note. So for those that don't know about Red Note, that's the new app that it seems like a lot of people are, venturing off to from TikTok. So anyway, I love y'all so much, and until next time, howdy.